Hi, in this video we're gonna try to use the install and use the kernel debug and kernel debug info tools for crash utility and also install the crash utility itself. In the previous video we tried to install it but didn't work because I didn't have enough space on my hard drive. So I'm trying to install it again because I expanded the root volume and now I have more space. So this is the command that I'm running. So if you notice, the only thing I removed from the same command that we tried last time was the kexec -tools. So so we are running this command, similar command, but we are removing this part. So it's better to install these on a separate machine than your server where you're gonna investigate. But in my case, I'm just running on a VM and I'm just gonna be installing on the same machine. So it's installed already. So that's simple, yum install, and went through the installation this time fine. Okay, so if you remember, we generated a crash file. Actually, we kind of generated a false kernel crash through sysrec. So we generated this file. All right, so we're gonna use this file to kind of see analyze the crash tool. Okay, so we'll run something like this to run crash tool. Go to /var lib debug var lib user lib debug mod lib modules. That's the kernel that we have, VM Linux, and then add to our VM core generated by the crash. That's the crash location where the code dump file is. And okay, there you go, simple. Okay, so now we're running the crash utility, which is a GDB application, right? So it's really cool. So as you see here, it gives information about the dump file and number of CPU on the system and date when the file was generated, and um, uptime, right? What was uptime? Load average, what was the load average it was the system. That's very key when you have a system heavily challenged with resource and it crashed the whole kernel. You can tell like a system was busy or something. How many tasks were running, and the name of the host, release of the kernel, machine type, memory, and the panic. What was the panic? So this is a panic that we did the testing, but there are different panics, and then uh, that's the task. So the one that I do usually when I analyze, you know, kdump files, I do ps first, see what was running on the time. So kind of see, what was running, cron d. If there's something fishy, some specific script that's running that could have caused it, that could be something also indicate your problem. The other one is files, right? You can see what files were open at the time, right? And then you can do mount. You can see what was mounted on the system. If you do mount F, I believe, you can see what files were open and what mount point were being used, right? So a lot of things. The other one is a backtrack, BT. You can kind of see the crash stack and then go through the sequence of events, how the crash happened. Um, in many cases, you might find it challenging to kind of understand everything. So if you have a Red Hat subscription for your production servers, or say Ubuntu or SUSE production version, then you can contact Red Hat and give them this information, the core dump file, and they can basically tell you exactly what was causing it in many cases. And or community, right? There are sometimes you can go to the IRC channels and then kind of ask for some help, and people may ask you for code dump file. Right? So that's gonna be helpful to investigate. There is a very cool website that I found. This website, this person has a very good research about crash code dump file. So you can see different tools here, different how he ran different. You can see what tasks were running. Sorry, not this one. The one that for task, I think. Just looking for, there's a section here that gives you some information. It's a pretty long file. So the one that you can see is task struct and trust. You can see what were the tasks running. Not this one. This one's a little bit advanced, I would say. It's the one that you can see is run queue. What was running, right? So you can see run queue. What was run queue at that point. You can see what was running, and the other one is wait queue, I think. Wait queue. That you can see what tasks were in wait. So for example, you can run something like this: wait queue buffer wait, and different queues. Right? You can see what was let's try wait queue. Help queue. There you go. If you need help on any of this stuff, then you can just say wait queue buffer scope wait. Cannot resolve buffer wait, so there wasn't any. Let's try this one. So yeah, probably something else. Probably this might not work in this case. Anyway, the other one is that I like is net. You're gonna see what was the network status is, what IP address of the system, and then you can do net-a. You can see what device and what the state was, reachable or not reachable, right? So you can see all those information here. So that's pretty handy. I mean, play with it, and it's a really advanced tool. And in many cases, you need to study a lot, or kind of go to the help a lot. And then the other one I missed is log. You can see the logs. Before the kernel crash, kind of see what's happening, and it's really handy. So that's about it. So play with it, and there are a lot of research on the web. Search in Google, you'll find a lot of help research, but it's definitely helpful to figure out what caused the issue of the kernel crash, right? So enjoy. If you like the video, just press like or subscribe to my